Don't you love Jesus?
How can I love Jesus when there are so many gods and religions?
That's a good question.
Hi, Sharky.
Why should I believe in Jesus if there are so many gods?
You know, Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me.
How can that be with so many religions and gods out there?
That is where we have to consider what Jesus said and if he is the true God. The Bible tells us in Isaiah, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulder, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And also Isaiah says, therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. This is a prophecy about the Messiah's birth. In fact, Isaiah told us exactly why Jesus would need to be born. Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities, the chastisement for our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray, we have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all.
Iniquity? Isn't that sin?
Yes, that is. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He was led as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before its shearers, so he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment, and who will declare his generation? For he was cut off from the land of the living.
That sounds like his death on the cross.
Yes, that is. For the transgressions of his people he was stricken, and they made his grave with the wicked, but with the rich at his death, because he had done no violence, nor was any deceit in his mouth. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He has put him to grief. When you made his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. He shall see the labor of his soul, and be satisfied. By his knowledge my righteous servant shall justify many, for he shall bear the iniquities. Therefore I will divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors. He bore the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. And because of this, we need a Savior to save us from our sin.
So without forgiveness of sin, we can't go to heaven, and that is why Jesus is the only way to heaven.
Correct. And these prophecies were written by Isaiah 700 to 800 years before Jesus was even born. What is awesome about Isaiah is that they found the Dead Sea Scrolls in the 1940s and 1950s that show us we have the same Isaiah text that Jesus had 2,000 years ago when he walked this earth.
That's brilliant. I need to go find that old man.
Sounds like a wonderful idea.